Meet Birch, the former footballer who traversed pitches from Liverpool to Shrewsbury, Chester to Marine, Runcorn to Norwich Victoria. Though his playing days were brief, Birch's journey was just beginning, transitioning from the field to the financial world. This certified accountant's career soared to new heights, orchestrating success at the highest echelons of football. After earning his accounting license, he was employed by Ernst & Young. However, in 2002, he departed to take over as Chelsea's chief executive, and he had a significant role in the most significant event in the club's recent history, Roman Abramovich's takeover in 2003. Under strict confidentiality, Trevor Birch, the club's then CEO, was given the moniker Abramovich. The Israeli superagent Pini Zahavi informed him that Roman Abramovich was the solution to Chelsea's problems and that he was extremely wealthy. Birch remained doubtful. In 2003, the club's desperate attempt to raise capital had produced a staggering number of time wasters. A quick search on the internet yielded little information. Abramovich's wealth and position as the governor of the isolated Chukotka province in Russia were mentioned. It wasn't much, but it was something. When Chelsea's potential savior arrived at Stamford Bridge the following day for a meeting in one of the executive boxes in the West Stand, Birch remained skeptical about the entire situation. Abramovich sat silently among his entourage while talks were relayed via a translator. He didn't have the appearance or demeanor of a billionaire. Birch worried more than ever if he was being duped. It was beneficial that a member of Abramovich's group pulled out a copy of Forbes, which featured an image of the 36-year-old and information about his riches. Without a doubt, that was the same guy. He set a price of £60 million for the club and £80 million to repay its debt because he wanted to purchase Chelsea as soon as possible. Within 15 minutes, the outline terms were agreed upon. In just a few hours, agreements were being made, and on July 1st, 2003, English football underwent a permanent transformation. The Premier League did not have its first foreign owner in Abramovich. The Egyptian entrepreneur Mohammed Al Fayed, who also controlled the Harrods department store, was leading Fulham, Chelsea's neighbors in West London, and Milan Mandaric, a Serbian-American businessman who purchased the team in 1999, had just helped Portsmouth win promotion. In the distant past, Wimbledon saw a legendary ascent from the non-league to the highest division of the former Football League, thanks to the peculiar ownership of Lebanese entrepreneur Sam Hammam, who relocated to the region following his exodus from Beirut. Hammam sold the majority of his shares to Bjorn Rune Gjelsten and Kjell Inge Roca, two Norwegians, in 1997, as the dream started to go south. However, Abramovich was the first extremely wealthy foreign investor to own a Premier League team in England. Although the benefactor owner was not a novel concept, it was most prominently demonstrated by Jack Walker at Blackburn Rovers. Abramovich was to elevate the sugar daddy model to a whole new plane. Birch recalls recommending that summer that the new administration spend £20 million to bolster Chelsea's team. Not only were the amounts at stake enormous, but also Abramovich's wealth source and its significance changed the game. Up until that point, English football had primarily been the domain of the local boy made good. Walker at Blackburn, who manufactured steel; Hall at Newcastle, who owned property; the Moores family, who ran football pools and retail stores at Everton and Liverpool; and Bates, who handled haulage at Chelsea, having previously worked at Oldham Athletic and Wigan Athletic. The Rain Group eliminated several candidates for Chelsea Football Club at the end of March, drastically reducing the shortlist. Additionally, supporting Todd Bowley's winning consortium, always one of the two front-runners, were Barbara Sharon, Daniel Finkelstein, Jonathan Goldstein, and Hans-Jörg Weiss. Bally is a part owner of the LA Sparks basketball team, in addition to owning a 20% share in the storied LA Dodgers basketball team. Chelsea owed Abramovich £1.5 billion, but the frozen-out tycoon has consented to wipe off the team's debt. Chelsea reported a £153.4 million loss for the year that concluded on June 30, 2021. citing revenue-related pandemic-related concerns. It should come as no surprise that commercial revenue and matchday revenue fell dramatically from the previous year. Chairman Bruce Buck said in a statement, "The pandemic has had a severe impact on the club's income for a second year in a row." Chelsea was notorious under Abramovich for firing and appointing managers quickly. In reality, during the Russians' tenure, only 2 managers were able to stay on for more than 2 years. According to Football London and multiple industry insiders, the new consortium plans to give Tuchel over £200 million this summer in an attempt to close the gap between themselves and the top 2 English teams. Once a few players were sold, though, that amount was believed to be the goal. Stay tuned for more updates on the evolving landscape of football ownership and financial dynamics in the sport. Subscribe to stay informed.